right, I think he's a Houston rapper. Sauce Walka says that he don't date black women. He only dates white women. All right, and he explained it, and actually, you got to give him credit. He articulated it, and it sounded like he kept it real from his perspective. Now, one of the reasons I know about him, and shout out to Urban Politicians, y'all check his channel out, because Urban Politician is always doing videos and talking about him. He basically covers rap and all that music entertainment, but he do a lot of interviews from people down and the dudes down there in Houston. So check him out, man. Really solid dude. Yeah, I never heard a rap song by him. Always see him flashing money and kind of beefing back and forth with Young Thug and stuff of that nature. And basically he ruffles some feathers, but if you broke it down and listen to him, it's really, black women shouldn't be really mad about it. But hey, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. He took the play away from 50. You know, it was a whole thing where 50 basically said he preferred exotic women over angry, mad black women. But what you got to understand, he even said in an interview, and I'll link it in the description, that, you know, he grew up without a mother. You know what I'm saying? And said basically that's basically, you know, where his problems start at. You know, he says that he messed with black bees. He'll mess with a black bee, but he'll never have a relationship with a black bee, because a relationship, you know, he don't do that for fun. And he said his white women, you know, wipe him down, you know, when he get out the bathtub, and they basically don't get him they do what he say do, okay? And allegedly, he is a pimp. And I say allegedly. They've said he was a pimp, so maybe that's a good thing that, you know, he ain't pimping out black women. And a lot of people pimps say that white women are easier too. They don't get no backlip. They do what they told. They make more money off of them. And you don't want to see your sisters being pimped out. But what you got to understand, 50 grew up without a mom. His mom died early. Sauce Walka, he said in his interview that he grew up without a mom. So that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? No mother's there. As a mother and as a father is important to a girl, a mother is just as important, if not more important, or the same importance to a male, to a boy growing up. You know, just as the father should be there to teach his daughter how he's treated and such of that nature, so does the mother. And one person got an issue with me saying that I don't believe in marriage, but we need two-parent household. It's cool. You don't have to be married. I know people that I think my boy mom, they raised 3 and they wasn't married. One was a half, and the third one is about to graduate high school if he didn't graduate already, and they never was married. But he stayed there and raised both his kids. I don't have to be married. Marriage is a social. It's not traditional. It's not natural. It's just a social thing. Socialism. Look it up. But yeah, as far as, you know, him saying that's his preference. You know what I'm saying? And we can't get mad when Simone B have her preference, or, you know, a female got their preference. You don't want an entrepreneur. If you want an entrepreneur, you don't want a 9-to-5 guy. Come on, what's the chances of me, you know, being with Simone B? 0 to none. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at her preference. And she might turn around and people grow and people change. Same thing about Sauce Walka. You know, all it take for is one white woman to say he did this, that, third to her and turn on him. And now he back, you know, pandering or begging for black women's acceptance. So life changes people, and it goes on. But he basically said that black people are conditioned to believe they can do it on their own. You know, and what he said, that's real, man, because if you look at a white household, you know, and obviously they didn't go through the slave trade or just the slavery that we went through, and they sell your wife and they sell your husband here, they sell this kid there, that girl there, that kid there. They do that for a reason. So, you know, you can't galvanize and build no type of camaraderie, you know, welfare. We go over this all the time. It was one of the things about welfare in the black community was to take the black man out the household. You know what I'm saying? But he's right. He broke it down into saying that, like an automobile don't work without the engine, without the brakes, without the fuel line, blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't work without the operator. You have to have a truly build a winning team. You know, and black people, and I hate to generalize, you know, this is what he said, but he said black people, they just conditioned they could do it on their own and not work together. And that's hundreds of 300, 400 years of oppression in America. That's where that started at. And he's absolutely right. A black woman thinks she don't need no help, or she independent, she's strong-willed, she's strong-headed, and she could do it on her own, and she don't need no nigga or need no man. That is a fact. And a lot of these black men are the same way. I can create all these kids, and I ain't got to label one woman. I could do it on my own. We are conditioned not to work as a team. That's why the saying of a crab in a bucket mentality is being said why people should get out the hood, because we don't want to see one guy up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us asking for a helping hand or him giving us a helping hand, we'd rather drag him or her down to our level. And that's why a lot of the rappers get killed in their neighborhoods. Excuse me, and that's a fact. But he on point about that. We are conditioned not to work together, to work against each other, and that even started in the household. You know, and the narrative on black women is they don't listen. They rather do their own thing. They give us a hard time. They're not submissive, but they will be submissive to the other. You know what I'm saying? They don't let us lead. They challenge everything we say. I had one of my homeboys tell me like a real bad story about him and his girl and stuff of that nature. And at that point, it would have been over with. But like I said before, these are conversations I have on a regular basis, and that a lot of black men are miserable being in relationships with black women. You know what I'm saying? And they see their boys and they see their friends in relationship with the other, and they seem happy. Then again, it's all subjective. If somebody out there that's married to a black woman, or married to their black husband, if you're a woman, that's had a beautiful relationship and everything worked together. But you got to understand who you're marrying. And 9 times out of 10, the women to marry is the women who came from 2-parent households. The women to marry is who don't have a baby daddy or multiple baby daddies. But Sauce Walka, from his perspective, he right. And, his trust in black women and relationships are broken because he never had that relationship with his mother. Same thing with 50. 50 mother died early young. You know what I'm saying? So this narrative that black women are angry and this, that, and the third, to a certain extent, that's true, but you can't put that on all black women. There's just some black women that's out there that's good, that's down to earth. And just like we say, black women, they like the wrong black guys. You know what I'm saying? They like the hood, the thug, the weed selling, the ones that take their car and drive it around. But a lot of black men, they like the wrong type of black women. You know what I'm saying? They don't go for the black woman that's on her shit, that's going to school. They got an even kill attitude, that ain't bipolar, that ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has their preferences, but his preferences is that he'd rather, mess with white women. And to me, it sounds like, P-I-M-P, ology, it sound like that. He pimping them. So are you really mad that you can't be Sauce Walka hoe? You know what I'm saying? You mad because the pimp don't want to mess with her? I mean, that is what it is, but everybody got their preference. We can't be mad. But we do know he said in an interview that he didn't have that relationship with his mom. So that's where the root of the issue is. And a lot of issues with black women start at home. You know what I'm saying, with the mom. If the mom there, or she treat them like this, you know what I'm saying, then you got those moms that you got your boys over, she wear these short, skimpy shits when you're a teenager or a boy, and she half naked running around the house twerking and shit, and that traumatizes a kid too, or a teenager too. But I'm really not. Once I heard him break it down, everybody read the headline. Everybody gonna take the worst headline. You break it down and listen to what he said, you'll understand why he said what he said. And it is true. We don't believe in building a team and building one. And what's so crazy about it is that a lot of the white people, they believe in helping they kids. I've seen white couples buy, their parents buy them a whole house. You know what I'm saying? Where they're ahead of the game. They give them a whole house. They build their kids in the household, but the difference is they also be on that strange shit too. A lot of them be on that, swinging, and that's what keep their relationship hot and letting it. They be cheating too, but they'll build through all the bullshit and make sure their kids get older. Then they go their separate ways. But black women, and black men, it's hard for us to work together because it's just been embedded in us for over 300-400 years in America to work together. We've been conditioned to be broken up. Even when they was putting crack in the neighborhood, all that was trying to, get rid of the black population in the hoods. Or is it been putting, machine guns and guns randomly in random people's cars for us to kill each other? All that happened in the 80s. People say, oh, it's never been this bad. Go back to the crack era. You know what I'm saying? The crack era was terrible, but it's his preference, man. So we can't knock the brother for having his preference, but he actually articulated it pretty well from the women that he messed with and why he don't mess with black women. But he said he had a mixed baby mama, white and black, but he never do a relationship. His relationship is a business. And he got a video buying his white girl a Bentley truck and this, that, and the third. So, I mean, that's him, If women can get mad at him and say this, that, and the third, But when, some of these other females out here, like Cynthia G and all them females be bashing black men, all these black women be agreeing with them. You can't have it both ways. I can't sit here and 100% agree with Sauce Walka and say I love black women, and women can't sit there and agree with Cynthia G and tear down black women, black men, and say they love black men and get mad at Sauce Walka. So I understand, but at the end of the day, we just got to be better, have a better selection in our mates. It's good black women out there and there's good black men out there, but they just not popular. Dudes that's doing the right thing, going to school, got a good job, they don't become popular until a woman that had 2 or 3 baby daddies down the line. You know what I'm saying? Same thing about a woman, the woman that don't dress half naked, you know what I'm saying? She dressed responsible. She gets 2 likes on Facebook or 2 likes on Instagram. But as soon as she started putting her booty cheek shorts on and being put in a swimsuit, that's what the people, men not gonna like my lot, but they love hood rats. They love hoes. They love that that social media has, pretty much eliminated, taboo, in a sexual sense or sexual appeal sense. And the same thing for women. They like the thug. I dated a woman when I was still in school, I believe. I dated her, and it kind of went really, really well. Just that relocation kind of messed it up. I didn't want to relocate out of Michigan at the time. I just came back. But she told me, she's like, I like the hood, the thug dudes, but, basically didn't like the ramifications, you know what I'm saying? Feds kicking in your doors and, worry about somebody doing this, that, but that's what they like, you know what I'm saying? And then when that don't work out, little moot get stretched in the street to go to jail for a long time, then they want to, then they want the role model for their kids. And same thing with dudes. After they run through so many hood rats and they all get put on child support, then they want to run to the right woman, you know what I'm saying, or the woman of their dream. So both out there, opposites attract. That's a real saying. But let me know what you guys think. I put the interview in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All the links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way, then IG, then Facebook. We also got a Facebook group. Check that out. Want to make a donation? Just share the video. Subscribe, please. Thumbs up the video. If you thumbs down, you don't like it, let me know why. Just DM me. Especially if you're going to use some curse words, DM me. We chop it up. But then share the video is very, very important. Do that. But Cash App, PayPal, description. One time for the one time, gone.